Hi, my name is Connor McQueen. I'm a sophomore here at Henderson, and today I have this little teddy here as my object for today's speech. So when I was about 3 or 4, my grandma always loved to get me stuffed animals like this little guy here. And then when I was 4, she tragically passed away from breast cancer. Ever since then, I've always kind of looked back at this guy to remind myself of who I want to be and where I want to go as a person and with my career, which I feel as of today, I've kind of stuck pretty closely to that philosophy of being kind of family-oriented, protective of those that I care about, especially considering what happened to my grandmother. But and then with where I want to go, that's really shaped kind of the career path that I've set myself on. So with my first point of being family oriented, after the passing of my grandma, I was still really young. I hadn't fully grasped the concept of death yet, but I still knew that I wasn't going to see her again. And so that kind of, even at that young of an age, that kind of put into my head, like, I need to spend as much time with my family as I can, and I need to cherish the moments that I have with them as best as I can. I'll set him down for a second. So ever since that point, I've always tried to make sure that my family knows that I love them. They know that if they are having hard times, they can fall to me, and vice versa. I try to make sure that my connections with my family are one of the strongest bonds that I have in my life. And so far, I've succeeded in that, even though there have been rocky times, but I'm sure everybody has those rocky times. So as long as we're bouncing back to it, I feel like we've kind of met that goal for now, at least, and we'll continue to keep going towards that. But in the case of trying to protect them, I do know I won't always be there to be able to take care of different needs that arise, but I always do try to be there for anybody I care about, whether that be my family or my close friends. And so one example of this actually happens namely with my younger sister when she was having trouble with some quote-unquote friends back in middle school, like early middle school. At that point, we were going to the same school, so I saw when she was having the trouble with them, and I'll admit, I did get a little older brother, I get with them, but I didn't do anything too drastic. I just made them aware that I wasn't going to let them rag on my baby sister anymore, as much as I could. But that kind of cemented, especially at that point, where my sister and I kind of fell with each other. Even though we were both early teens at that point, we were always butting heads, but she knew that if she ever needed help, her older brother was there to help her. But actually, it's that kind of drive to help people that helped me choose the career path that I wanted to take, which as of right now is I want to go into the health profession. Most notably, I want to be a pediatrician. pediatrician, which actually, this little guy right here helps me a lot to remember that sometimes, because I do have times when I am kind of down in the dumps and kind of second guessing myself, but then I have this guy sitting in a windowsill in my room, right by my bed. So if I'm ever feeling like that and I'm ever second guessing myself like that again, I take a look at this guy and I remember how far I've come from, that little kid that barely knew what happened to his grandma to, this 19-year-old guy here that has the drive to help as many people as he can. And the reason that I want to go with kids is, the way that my family was treating me when I was a young kid. I never felt like I was alone. And I know that I can't exactly be that guy for all those kids out there, but I know that as a doctor especially, I'll be able to make sure that the kids that I can get to have the care that they will need, and they know that they are not, even if their home life is not the best, that there are people out there that do care for them and that will make sure that they get the help that they need. So, but yeah, all in all, I do try to be the best person that I can be, and this little guy here, he really does help me with that a lot more than I think my grandma used to think that he would. But that's all for today. Thank you very much.